Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Wake Up Wednesday. So I am back with another one. Now I know that last week I came at your throat, your neck, your every part of your being, okay? And by the way, let me just say, excuse if you can see a little stain going on here. That's what happens when you wear white and you're doing your makeup. It just not a good combination. So we're just gonna pretend that it's not there. I don't even know if this is even a good idea because I'm on a white background with white and white. I don't really know if it's gonna work, but we'll just go with it anyway. So last week I was all up in your grill, all up in your house, and I was talking about, you know, getting out of that place where you basically feel sorry for yourself, where you sit there crying about everything that you can't control rather than actually getting up and trying to make things happen. And I know that for a lot of you guys, it's like, okay, you've watched that video, you're like, all right, great. I've gotten the energy, I've got the motivation, you know, you've kind of kicked me up the backside. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna make things happen. But now what? How do I do it? What do I do? What's the next step? What can I do to actually get to that place of productivity? What can I actually do to move away from just feeling sorry for myself or sitting and doing the exact same thing that I was doing before even Corona or COVID-19 even hit anyway? So today I wanted to share with you guys my 3 Ds, okay? The 3 Ds that I believe that you should implement in your life in order to get you out of a rut. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself whatever it is, and let's get straight into it. So my first D, number 1, is disrupt. Disruption is very, very important, especially if you know that for a very long time you've sat doing the same thing over and over and over again. That has basically become your norm. It's become your cycle. It's become just the norm of your life. So it's really important that if you want to move away from that, if you want to go into a space of productivity, getting things done, making things happen, building stuff that is of your own, you have to know how to disrupt that schedule. i.e., if you know, for example, that the past 3 years you have woken up every single day at 12 p.m. just because, again, you've procrastinated, you've been lazy, whatever it is, and you're just like, okay, well, I know that I go to sleep late and I'm gonna wake up at 12, and then by the time it hits like 1 o'clock because you've eaten, had breakfast or lunch or whatever you want to call it, it gets to like 1 or 2, and then by the time it's 2 o'clock you almost feel like the day is pretty much over. So if you know that that has been you, it is very important that you disrupt that routine. You disrupt that schedule. Stop doing the same thing that you did before. You've heard me say it before and I'll say it again. They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again expecting a different result. So it's time for you to cut through that routine that you've established for yourself and basically come up with a new routine. So let's take it one step at a time. Let's say, for example, your issue is you don't wake up on time. It's time for you to disrupt that schedule. It's time for you to say, okay, rather than waking up at 12, I'm gonna wake up at 11. It doesn't even mean you have to say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wake up 5 a.m. every single day. No, honey. Sometimes you just gotta take it slow. It's okay for you to say, all right, do you know what? Tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up at 11. Then the day after that, all right, I've done 11 o'clock. Now maybe I can wake up at 10:45. And then you keep that routine going until you actually feel like you can break away from that place. Now, some people, it might take a day. Some people might take a couple of weeks. But do whatever it is that needs to be done for yourself to disrupt your normal routine. D, number 2. So the second D is destroy. And when I say destroy, I'm talking about the old mindset and the old perspective that you used to have. Your mind, I'm telling you right now, I speak about it all the time, even with my Power Class program members. So you guys know that I have something called the Power Class program where we go into a lot more depth about some of the stuff that I talk about on my channel, from personal development to building up yourself and building up your transferable skills, as well as branding and social media marketing, all of that good stuff. We go into a lot of depth. And one of the things that I remember we went into depth with that group was the importance of shifting your mindset into a winner's mindset. Why? Because your mind literally changes depending on what you focus on. I mentioned it in another Wake Up Wednesday, you know, when I was talking about how to stay sane during COVID-19. And I spoke about how literally your brain, not metaphorically, your brain literally changes depending on what you focus on. So if you're always focusing on negative things, if you're always focused on mind-numbing things, i.e. you're spending 99% of your time on Netflix, 99% of your time watching Love and Hip Hop, 99% of your time watching stuff that doesn't actually edify you or benefit you at all. Not that you shouldn't watch it at all, but I'm just saying, if you're spending most of your time watching those things, guess what your mind is going to do? It is going to start functioning in that way where all it processes is things that are happening on those programs. But then when it comes to your own personal development, you're going to have no space for it because your mind doesn't have the capacity for it. So it's really important that you destroy those old mindsets, those old perspectives, those old way of thinking. So guess what you need to start doing? Again, getting rid of that old habits and those old routines. You need to start watching some different stuff. Where you were watching Love and Hip Hop 90% of the time before, guess what? Maybe you should start watching some motivational content every single morning. Rather than spending all of your time scrolling on social media, it's time for you to read some new books. And do you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to leave a list of some book recommendations that I put in the description box below of books that have really helped me to kind of shift my mindset. So I'll leave that in the description box below. Buy a book, get something that can actually, again, edify your mind, your spirit, your body, your soul, that can actually help you to get into that better version of yourself, that can actually help you to get out of a rut. And where maybe you were spending 99.9% of your time following pages like The Shade Borough, all of the different things that are all about gossip and shade and all this kind of stuff. Guess what? Start following people that will speak life into you, that will motivate you, that will encourage you. I mean, that's why you're here, right? Because you know that I spend my time producing content that will move you, that will push you into a place where you feel like, you know what, no, I can't stay the same. I can't stay in this place. I want more. I want better for myself, for my family, for my future. So start following more people like that. Social media is very, very powerful. And if you know that you spend a lot of time on it, what are you consuming? It's really important for you to think about. I remember I wrote about it in my Power Book. Again, link in the description box below if you want to grab the Power Book. The Power Book, I spoke about you are a result of what you consume. Basically, you are what you eat. So if you are constantly, all the time, consuming negativity, consuming people just bashing each other and being nonsensical or whatever it is, if you consume that most of the time, guess what's going to come out of you? The exact same thing. So if you know that you're sick and tired of your same routines and you want to get out of a rut, start consuming something better. Start consuming things that will actually edify you and help you in your process. Last but not least, number 3, the third D is detail. Guys, detail is so important. You will not know where you want to go. You will not have clarity on your journey if you are not detailed about the things that you want and that you desire. You guys know me. I am always talking about writing things down. I'm always talking about having notebooks. Guys, I've got notebooks. I've got my notebook right here. Here's where I've got all of my notes for this video today. Detail is very important. Destiny is in the detail. When you fail to detail out your plan, to map out what you want to do, map out your thoughts, map out some of the things that have been running through your mind, you are literally sabotaging yourself because you are setting yourself up for failure. You are a human being. Human beings, we go through so many different things in a day. We experience so many different things. We have loads of things that happen to us. We experience death. We experience bad news. We experience tragedy, especially with all the stuff going on at the moment. We experience so many different things. So how on earth do you think that you'll be able to function accordingly if you don't even write things down? If you don't even note things down and start planning things out and having detail and focusing on the detail of what it is that you want to do. I'm not just saying planning things and just saying, okay, I aim to do this and hoping for the best. No, I'm talking about the detail, the strategy. Okay, you aim to, for example, you'll probably even see, I don't know if you'll be able to even see it on here, but one of my aims for this year is to start making £10,000 every single month, to make 10K every single month. That's one of my aims, my personal aims. And guess what? I couldn't just write down make £10,000 a month and then just leave it at that and hope for the best. I have literally on this, I call this my vision wall. So you know how people have like vision boards? I call this my vision wall because on here, I literally have like different bits of paper with plans and notes. Up here above my head, I literally have details of all the different things that I want to get done every single month for the rest of 2020. Obviously, COVID-19 has messed up a few of those things, but before COVID-19, the end of December of 2019, I etched out and I sat down with my PA and we planned out the entire year of 2020 because I don't want to now come into 2020 and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Destiny is in the detail. When you have detail, you gain confidence, and when you gain confidence, you are productive. So get detailed, start writing things down and start making things clearer for yourself. So guys, I really do hope that you found that useful. I hope that you'll be applying those 3 things into your very life to get you out of a rut this year. Number 1, disrupt. It's time for you to disrupt your old routine. Number 2, destroy. It's time for you to get rid of that old mindset, that old perspective, all those old things that have been clogging up your mind for a very long time. And number 3, detail. It is so important to get detailed, to get into the nitty-gritty. Really write down what you're going to do and how you are going to do it. There's no point just saying what you want to do and hoping for the best. You need to write down how. detail it, write it out. And even if you don't know immediately, you don't know at the beginning how you're gonna get there, trust me, the moment you start writing things down, things will start coming to you and things will start to make sense. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe especially, because too many of you guys keep watching my stuff and not being subscribed. So make sure you subscribe, join the family, join the community.